Hello everyone, so welcome back again to another video, and in today's video we're going to talk about this thief of time, procrastination. So in today's video I want to give you 9 proven strategy. They have proven to work. It helps you to beat procrastination. If you have been following me for a while now, over the last couple of weeks or days, I've been talking about why not start now. Start where you are and use what you have. I know many of us are being hindered by procrastination. We keep putting off things, and we're not achieving our goals. So overcoming procrastination can be very challenging, but with the right strategies you can beat your ultimate productivity. You can beat just about anything. And so today we're going to dive into it, and I have all of 9 strategies to tell to you. Number 7 and number 8 for me, those 2 strategies, I think I need to do more of them. And maybe you will agree that those are some things that you probably can do more of. But ultimately, let's go into number 1. The first thing you want to do, you want to set clear goals. Number 1, setting clear goals. Now make sure you get your pen and paper so we can write these things out, because I want you to beat procrastination. So personally, I recommend that you write down what your goals are. Some of us said, well, I don't need to write it down. I know it right up here. If that is you, then that's fine. If you don't need to write it down and you can remember them, then go for it. It is said that a dull pencil is better than a great memory. So I believe writing it down does actually help. So for example, let me use myself as an example. Okay, you're gonna setting clear goals, you want to break them down into smaller goals. So you have this big goal, but you want to set it in smaller goals that will enable you to achieve the task easier. It looks easier because they're smaller, so you're able to take them in different stages and the goals seem manageable rather than looking at this big thing that you have to deal with. When you put it in smaller ones, it makes it more manageable. So back in the days, in my earlier working days, I would work as a collections officer. No, I used to call customers who were outstanding money, and we used to get a target. So we said, for example, just argument's sake, the example is I got to call 2,500 customers per month. So that was my big target. That was a clear goal. When I got the job, this is what they say. So it is up to me now. How is it I'm going to achieve this goal? So I'm going to share the step, or I'm going to overcome procrastination by using this very example. So in setting the clear goal, one other thing I want to look at, how many days is in the month. Some months have 28, working days. You would say some of them like 25 days, maybe 27, depending on how many days in the month. Remember, you also get a day off. So for example, you're going to have 25 working days. So in setting this big goal, I would say, all right, 25, I will divide it by the 2,500 by 25. So it means every day, every working day, I need to call at least 100 customers. So I'd set that, and I'll put it a little bit further. I will set it, and I will do 8 hours per day. So it's 8 hours in the working day, not 8 hours per day. So if it's 8 hours in the working day and I need to call 100 customers, I need to now determine how many customers I need to call per hour. So I now divide that 8 hour. So you get the gist. So I need to call about an average of about 13 customers per hour. So that is how I'm setting the clear goal. So the number 2 in overcoming procrastination is prioritizing the task. So look at the same example. We're gonna focus on the high priority task first. So you know what you're having the issue with, So you're gonna focus what is important. The high priority task, you want to do those first. So with my original example, we also were required to collect a certain amount of money. So say for example, I'm required to collect $1 million. My priority task would be those customers with the biggest balance first, because back then we would not look at what the customer was outstanding in terms of the amount they were owing, but we were looking at the balance for this customer, right? So I would look for the customers with the big balances, and I want to call those customers, I would call those my high priority customers. So that is how I would prioritize my tasks, and I would want to make sure I tackle them first and try to get those customers to come in and pay, right? The third thing you want to do is set a schedule. I know some of you don't want to do that, you just go with the flow, but I promise you, if you are struggling to get some things done, you probably want to put a schedule in place. Put the schedule in place and create this schedule, allocate specific things for specific time, and do your very best to stick to it, right? Don't create the schedule and don't follow it. Try to follow it. So even for right now, for my channel, for those of you who are content creators who might be watching this, I set a schedule in my mind, and I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do, and this is when I'm going to release what, and I try my ultimate best to stick to that schedule. So you want to create a schedule and stick to it. So let's go back to the example. So the persons who work at specific places, like for example call center, maybe like the hotels, I may not be able to get through to them during the working hours. Like during my working hours, say I work from 8 to 5, I may not be able to get through to them because they were on their way to work. What I would want to do is say, I'm going to come to work a little bit earlier, and I'm going to use the first half an hour before my regular scheduled time, and I'm going to call those customers. So I am creating a schedule and say the first half an hour, this is what I'm going to do, or I can do it the other way around. So it depends on what is it that you're struggling with, because what you're struggling with could be different from what I'm struggling with. The number 4 thing is eliminate distractions. They will come. You're going to get distraction, but you have to work on a strategy to eliminate as much distraction as possible. It may not be very easy, but it is possible. So if I go back again, let me go back to me working as a collections officer, and I would have colleagues or co-workers that would come up to me just to chit chat. No, what I have to do, that is a distraction, because I have a target to meet, so I have to eliminate this distraction. So I might say, let us talk again at lunchtime, maybe, depending on when is our lunchtime, or say, just give me a few minutes and I'll get back to you, because I know I am behind schedule, or I'm just meeting schedule. You want to always be ahead of your schedule, right? So this is what I'll ultimately do. I'll go ahead and reduce this kind of distraction. So this is something you can actually practice. Find out what is taking up most of my time, or some of it may not be a whole lot of time, but the time that thing takes up, it actually eats away what you need to do to achieve your ultimate goal. So you've got to find out what it is. I don't know what it is for you, but you need to find it out. Which leads us to number 5. Set deadlines. We got to set deadline. When I originally started doing this channel, I set a deadline, and I said, all right, by this time I need to get at least 1,000 subscribers. And what is the strategy I put in place? I said, all right, I'm going to upload 3 shorts per day. And I started doing that, and ultimately I said I'm going to do one morning, afternoon, and evening, and I did that. And I said my target was to get the 1,000 by the March of the year that I got it. I don't remember right now, but I did set that deadline, and I pushed myself towards making that deadline. Did I meet it? I didn't get it in March, but April I actually got the 1,000 subscribers. So it actually showed me that all the steps that we talked about already, I actually was working it. So I'm not telling you something that I don't know that doesn't work. I'm telling you something that is a proven strategy, and it can be used in any situation, you got to just know what your priorities are. You know what it is that you want and set towards it. Number 6 is find accountability partner. Those might be very hard to find depending on what your goal is, because there are some goals that you do not want to tell some people. So depending on what your goal is, but I'm telling you, there's at least one person that you can use to be accountability partner. Remember, we want you to overcome procrastination. So you got to find somebody who can hold you accountable. All right, so if you're struggling, say, to read the Bible, those of you who might be watching and you say, all right, I want to read the Bible because I want to know more. Find a partner, say, check up on me daily. Okay, or every Wednesday, call me and find out where am I, what have I read, or, I should share with you what I did. So it basically being your accountability partner. So if I'm using my earlier example, I could use one of my other colleagues. It could be somebody who is doing very well, doing better than I am. I said, I want you to check up on me at lunchtime. Make sure I'm at, say, for example, I have contacted five customers, 50 customers already. This person is going to be there to hold you accountable. Don't wait until the end of the day to check up on me. Check up on me at the middle of the day, right? So I can see where I am at. Okay, so get that accountability partner. This person can help you. I promise you, it works. I've tried it and I know it works. Number 7, which I told you was one of the things that I think I need to do more of. You might agree that maybe that's one of your things as well. Rewarding yourself. So many of us don't do that. We don't celebrate ourselves, right? So one of my friends, somebody I've been talking to recently, always said, Trina, I'm celebrating myself if people not celebrating myself. But since we're not just talking about you celebrating ultimately, your achievements or everything, we're talking about overcoming procrastination in terms of a specific thing that you're always putting off. So celebrating yourself, don't have to wait until you reach the big goal to celebrate. So if, for example, I meet my daily target, I can celebrate at the end of the day. If I meet the hourly target, maybe at the end of the hour, I achieve the 13 customers within 40 minutes. It means I have 20 minutes right there. So I could take a 5-minute water break. I could take a fruit break. I could take a nut break, like taking some, eating some peanuts or cashew or something, eating a fruit. So I'm actually celebrating myself. Some of us like chocolate. I love chocolate too. I, celebrate having a sweet tooth or, but celebrating that moment, or just take a breathing break. Just take a walk out of your department, go outside and come back in. That is actually celebrating. We believe that celebrating means you need to go to a restaurant and you need to buy this or you need to go on a big vacation or no. Celebration meaning just be happy for your achievement. I believe a lot of us are culprits of this one. We don't do it enough. I personally don't do it enough, and this is something that I am working on. So I've been doing a lot of the others, but this one I have not been doing a lot of celebration. So if you have achieved a small milestone, you have not gone to your ultimate big goal as yet, I promise you, go right ahead and celebrate the small achievements. If you are just starting a YouTube channel and you reach 50 subscribers, celebrate it. You reach 100, celebrate them. Do not wait until you reach 1,000. Appreciate the 50 that came first. Let them feel special. Yeah, so celebrate those little moments. So many of you have things that you can celebrate, but you're not celebrating. Tell me about it. Call me, send me an email. Let's have a conversation and I'll help you with the celebration. All right. Number 8 is also another thing that I actually face with, and is practice self-compassion. I'm very hard on myself. I don't know if you're faced with that problem too, but I am very hard on myself. I do not practice self-compassion. So, many of us are culprits again. We're guilty. You are guilty of it. We are so hard on ourselves. Remember, All of us at some point, everybody at some point procrastinate. So don't beat yourself up. All right, you may not get it perfectly. Give yourself a break. So tell yourself, I'm going to give myself a break. You owe that to yourself. And the final point is reflect on your habits. Analyze why you procrastinate. Why me always a procrastinate? And understanding the root cause will help you address it effectively. If you do not understand why I procrastinate, then you're not going to be able to address it effectively. So don't believe you will get this in one go. It's going to take practice and over time. But if you put all these in place, I know you will be a better you. You will overcome procrastination once and for all. And I hope you find this helpful. If you did, let me know in the comment section which one of these, out of these 9 tips, which one will you practice more of. I'm certainly going to practice more of 8 and 9, which is rewarding myself more, and I'm also going to practice more self-compassion. So let us know in the comment section, which one are you going to practice more of? I'm smiling because I see many of you saying, Trina, 7 and 8 is a thing for me too. I need to practice more of it. But share, be honest in the comment section, and let me know if these tips were helpful. You can also share this video with somebody who you know, just a friend. You may not know whether the person is struggling with it, but if you thought this was helpful, go right ahead and share it with them. And you can also give the video a thumbs up. It also helps the channel for YouTube to push it out. And if you have not yet been a part of this family, it is a great time to subscribe at this very moment. So I'll definitely see you in the next one. Take care of yourself, and bye for now.